Today, Dr. Manoj Kumar will take lecture on the dissertation in logistics and supply chain management, a review of contribution from 1990 to 2001. All the dissertations between the 1990 to 2001 is collected, and a review of all the thesis is made. The keywords are the logistic, supply chain management, cross-functional integration. Logistic and supply chain management are broad discipline in which many different cross-functional tasks are investigated. In Scandia, research in logistic and supply chain management experienced a significant boom during the 1990s throughout the world. Throughout the world, a boom in the logistic and supply chain management research paper projects have been taking place. The steadily increasing interest in the participation in the annual of the NOFOMA Nordic Logistic Conference and steadily growing number of the PhD students enrolled in the Scandinavian research environment, emphasizing the study of the logistics and supply chain management bear witness to this intensification. In addition, a great number of the doctoral dissertations in this field are completed in Scandinavia and throughout the world, adding greatly to the existent store of the knowledge concerning a wide range of the logistics and supply chain phenomena. However, to date, previous little effort has been devoted to providing an overview of this dissertation. This paper is designed to fill that void. To that end, 75 doctoral dissertations published from 90 to 2000 were identified. The framework classifies the dissertation into a series of the main themes indicative of the state of the Nordic research in the logistics and supply chain management. Suggestions for the future research based on this survey are likewise provided. Recent decades have seen a pronounced upsurge in research in logistics and supply chain management across the globe. Both areas are by nature broad in spectrum. They span a range of the different functional areas within any given company and a series of companies along any given vertical supply chain. The approaches applied in the study of the logistic and supply chain management may differ in the several ways. For instance, research-oriented approach may differ with respect to the theoretical concern, such as the entity of analysis, the type of the company or company investigated, the determination of the problem, relevance, the reliability and validity of the research result, the use on integration of the generated theory, and the choices related to the methodology. Qualitative versus quantitative research. All the examples of topic that the PhD students may be required to address in the process of earning their doctorates. At present, there is no comprehensive digest of the doctoral dissertation completed in the Nordic country under the auspice of the NOFMA research community. NOFMA is a Scandinavian research forum which organizes in the annual Nordic Logistic Conference hosted by the Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. A common Nordic curriculum is missing, with the possible exception of the verified analysis for the Finnish and Swedish dissertation completed between the 1994 and 1998. The purpose of this paper is to initiate a process to fill the void. Instantly, an overview of the dissertation completed from 90 to 2001 within the Nordic country will be provided. The year 1990 was chosen as a starting point of this investigation, as it marks the year in which the NOFMA network was formally established. Providing such a dietitian overview is important for at least three reasons. First, PhD students must, in course of their dietitian project, provide a literature review of the what have researched within a given topic area. The manner in which the dietitians are referenced here makes it possible to conduct a detailed investigation of their research, e.g., the dietitian research framework, methodology, applied theory, and empirical observation. Thus, this paper aims to provide PhD students, other academic staff, and practitioners with an overview of what has been researched in the Scandinavia within the aforementioned subject area and how this research has been conducted. Second, providing such an overview also makes it possible to compare the investigated themes in the Nordic dissertation with those in the dissertation completed in the US as compiled by the Stock. Third, such a contribution make it possible to identify gaps between current and state of the art thinking within the logistic and the supply chain management and the themes actually researched in the dissertation. In all, 75 pertinent dissertations were identified, and, and, and of this total, the author team reviewed 71. Based on a range of the dimension, their dissertations are then classified into the different categories. Taking this classification as the point of the departure, the author outlined the key characteristics of the Nordic logistical paradigm. Finally, this classification will be called upon again to identify new potential research area. This paper is primarily inspired by the curricula of the US-based dissertation presented in the papers by the Stock and Larson. However, these authors incorporate highly detailed review of the implicated dissertation into their monographs. An attribute that lies beyond the scope of the survey. This paper is organized as follows. Section 2 provides a brief overview of the earlier contribution dealing with the doctoral dissertation review. The applied methodology for this study is described in brief section 3, while section 4 deals with the limitation of the study due to the chosen methodology. Section 5 describes the review framework against which each dissertation is measured. Section 6 deals with the result of the data processing process. A discussion of the collective data presented in the dissertation in characterized. Section 7, while Section 8 of this paper is devoted to the discussion of the overall conclusion arrived at other course of the study and attempt to provide some perspective of the future research activities. For each section, the what have been covered have been discussed here. Executing review of the doctoral dissertation. The literature does report a small but important group of the earlier study addressing the content of the doctoral dissertation within the logistics and the logistic related area. For example, Stock investigation a total of the 684 American PhD dissertation concerned with the logistics and related subject area between the 1970 and 1986. Results were organized on the basis of the professional subject area, the dissertation address, which university these PhD came from, and the quantity of the PhD produced. Stock investigation pinpointed a number of the logistic disciplines which had been largely ignored by these study area, ranging from the strategic role of the logistics in the maze of the activity that is marketing and the utilization of the customer service to create a competitive edge to the place of the logistics in the organizational hierarchy. Then in 93, Stock and Larson conducted a study of the American PhD dissertation completed between the 1987 and the 1991. That was organized according to the topic and source university. The main conclusion of their study were the number of the doctoral dissertation being produced had reached the saturation point. Traditional logistics program did still produce the greatest number of the PhD. There were a number of the new colleges and university advancing in the ranks of the institution, turning out logistic related doctorates. Traditional area of the logistics, transportation, warehouses, inventory control were still well researched, and very late research report had been efforted for topics like strategic aspect of the logistics, internal logistics, organizational issues, and order processing information system. Subsequently, Stock completed his third paper on PhD dissertation within logistics and logistic related area, this one covering the period from 1990 to the 1998. The following is a summary of the chief conclusion of this study. The number of the PhD being produced is stable, as the levels of the during this period are the same as those reported according to 1987 to the 91. Subject area attracting the greatest interest include miscellaneous transport, general logistics, decision support system, international logistics, channel of distribution. Subject area in which the research interest is warning is the warehousing, inventory, location analysis, MRP, DRP, JIT, and Kanban. More the subject of packaging and pipeline transport are still ignored. Area attracting more extensive research attention are customer service satisfaction, human resource and organizational issue, international logistics and supply chain management. University with a logistic research tradition are not the only one turning out PhD in logistics and the logistic related area. Scandinavia has also produced a single contribution discussing doctoral dissertation within the logistics and the supply chain management. Webfits authored a study of incorporating 25 studies and the finished PhD dissertation written between the 1984 and 1998. In this study, Webfits completed the dissertation on the basis of the several criteria: the research topic address, the research design applied, quantitative, qualitative, or triangulation. The type of contribution, disciplinary or practical, plus minus here, Webfits distinguishes between the open framework designed to form a basis for theorizing and generalizing a hypothesis, and predetermined framework designed as a means for testing theory. Methodological approach, analytical system for the action research and logistic research theory focused. Webfits concludes that the variety of research topics appearing in the investigated dissertation leads to a fragmented discipline. Arbuckle has researched a similar conclusion based on the work of the Whitley. In this fragmentation arises because the dissertation mainly seeks to fulfill practical purposes. The methodology applied in this dissertation also varies from the quantitative to the qualitative, to combination of the quantitative and qualitative methods, also called triangulation. Triangulation is called combination of the quantitative and the qualitative method. While the study research report were grounded in both positivistic and the harmonic paradigm beliefs, regardless of the theory they apply, however, the dissertation conclusion rests solely on the pragmatic understanding of the theory. In fact, seven even mentioned that there are many extant theoretical perception from principle and hypothesis to rules, paradoxes, and the law state affairs of the stock. Also treats taking the Bothmans dictionary of theory as his point of the departure. Perhaps as a direct result of this circumscribed conceptualization of the theory, the chief theory applied in the Nordic dissertation include transaction cost economics and the general study theory. Finally, Webfits resolve that in fact there is no explicit Nordic logistic paradigm. What are the methodology? In the study in the hand, data derived from the Nordic PhD dissertation within the logistic and the supply chain management have been worked up in the 6 main steps: identifying Nordic research environment, working with the logistics and supply chain management, completing an email questionnaire study, phase 1, reviewing received dissertation, phase 1, presenting a working paper addressing theme at the NOFMA, contacting research environment and authors of dissertation not yet received directly phase 2, reviewing received dissertation phase 2. Logistics and the supply chain management in the Nordic country by providing a list of the research environment in the logistics and supply chain management within the Nordic country. The NOFMA network was of the great help in this endeavor. In all, 30 research environments spread out over Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Sweden were identified. Research environment in Iceland were not contacted, as we know that the PhD within this topic area are not yet being produced there. Completing an email questionnaire study phase 1. A brief questionnaire was constructed containing a description of our purpose and a request that the recipient prepare a French list of the PhD dissertation dealing with the logistics and supply chain management, completing during the 1990-2001 period. This questionnaire was then emailed to the contact person at each of the identified research environment. If staff members at any of these institutes, PhD students, and the professors were personal acquaintances, these persons were chosen to receive this email. Via these personal connection, we received a number of the carefully prepared reference list quite rapidly. For those environments to which we did not have any personal connection, we contacted research directors, department manager, professor, and the secretarial staff. In this email query, we also asked how to might procure the pertinent dissertation for overview. Would be able to borrow them from the institution themselves? Would they provide free printed copies, or could they provide us with information on how to purchase published dissertation? Reviewing received dissertation phase 1. The email questionnaire from phase 1 resulted in the identification of the 53 dissertations, of which we are able to review 32. In order to structure the review process, a standardized fact sheet have filled out for each dissertation. The review framework that informs this fact is described in section 5, presenting a working paper addressing the theme of the NOFMA. In June 2002, we presented a working paper addressing Nordic PhD dissertation within the logistics and the supply chain management at the NOFMA Network Nordic Logistic Conference held in the Tordin, Norway. This presentation resulted in the identification of the additional batch of the dissertation, bringing the total of the 75 as presented in this paper. At the conference, we also had several selected research colleagues from this Nordic research community review the newly expanded list of the dissertation. Direct contact with the research environment and authors of the dissertation not yet received. Phase 2. In the second phase, we made direct email and phone contact with the authors of the dissertation we had yet received, or with their affiliated research environment. Reviewing received dissertation phase 2. The second contact phase brought in the 39 dissertation to add to the 32 that we had already reviewed. The new batch of the dissertation was also reviewed. In Appendix 2, the 71 reviewed dissertation out of the identified total of the 75 dissertation are marked with an asterisk. 2 dissertations are authored in Finnish. These have been reviewed by a Finnish colleague based on the guidelines from the author team. Of the 4 unreviewed dissertations, 1 is from Norway and the rest are from Finland. We were unable to receive the 4 dissertations due to the lack of the sufficient information about the author, or because the institutional library in question and no record of the dissertation we requested, or because of the dissertation in question was out of the print at the publisher. Limitation. This paper is the first attempt to provide a complete outline of the Nordic PhD dissertation within the logistic and the supply chain management. Despite its inclusive nature, this research is no without its limitation. 3 limitations have been identified. First of all, we have been able to review 71 of the 75 noun dissertations, or 95%. Thus, the fact 5% of the noun population has not been reviewed and opens up the possibility that these dietitians may have influenced the result of this study have been reviewed. Second, it is impossible to rule out the possibility that the respective author's subjectivity has played a role in the reviewing process. However, each member of the author team has completed an individual review of the first 5 dietitians, whereupon these reviews have been compared in order to obtain a common understanding from the author to author of criteria informing the optic through which this dietitian can be viewed. In spite of these measures, it cannot be granted that all dietitians have been reviewed throughout the identical optics. Third, the collection of our data. Nordic PhD dietitian within the logistic and supply chain was limited to the NOFMA network. Clearly, other Nordic research environment and the research department, such as those whose main research fields are making, foreign trade and information technology, may produce logistics and the supply chain management related PhD dissertation. This study can only formulate conclusions based on the number of dietitians identified within the NOFMA network. Review framework. The review framework was inspired by the earlier similar studies discussed at the start of this paper. With the structure of those studies in mind, we developed and implemented a review fact sheet comprising reference information applicable to the following 9 key characteristics shown in the table 1. These are the key characteristics: year of the publication from 1992 to 2001. Dissertation type: book, collection of the article. Primarily entity of the necessity: manufacturer, carrier, wholesaler, retailer, inventory, hotel. And the level analysis: functions, firm, diet, chain, network. Main purpose of the dissertation: primarily to describe, primarily to explorative, primarily to explain, primarily to understand, primarily to diagnose, primarily to be informative, primarily to be the intervene, research design applied, theoretical desk research, empirical quantitative, empirical qualitative, empirical triangulation. Time frame of the empirically based dietitian are the snapshot longitudinal. Type of theory generated: toward T1 theory, toward T2 theory, toward T3 theory. Containing elements of the philosophy of science: yes, no. Review elements: year of publication. Year of publication refers to the specific year each dietitian was finalized, again the period being considered in 1990 to 2001. Dietitian type: Nordic PhD candidates can choose to hand in their final project or evaluation in either one publication, a book format, as a collection of the article. The number of articles in collection varies, but they should have undergone a blind review process before publication. Included in such an article collection is a smaller scale contribution designed to link the separate articles together. Primary entity of the analysis: this analytical issue concerns the specification of the type of the company that is primarily entity of analysis in a given dietitian. It also examines whether the study adopts the producer's or the retailer's point of the view. Some dietitians don't posit any specific type of the company in addressing research question, in which case they are not accessible with respect to this review issue. Level of the analysis. Level of the analysis indicates the perspective from which the dietitian in question investigates logistic problem. Herald has discussed how the concept of the CM has been used in the literature. To this end, she is to identify 4 separate perspectives: an intra-organizational perspective, a dyadic perspective, a chain perspective, and a network perspective. This conceptual apparatus is also implied here, though we have added a 5th category, namely the functions perspective. Logistic problem related to a specific division area in a firm and is a warehouse. The dyadic perspective implies a level of the analysis at which the problem involving the 2 companies, a producer and a supplier, a producer and a third-party logistic provider, are investigated. If the chain is the level of the analysis, then the dissertation in question seeks to the electrologistic problem in a supply chain, e.g., a group of consisting a producer, a supplier, and a customer. Finally, if the network is identified as the level of the analysis, then logistic problem involving a range of the actors on the horizontal level of the value chain, e.g., a collection of the supplier connected to one or more producer, have been chief concern of the evaluated dissertation. Main purpose, according to Anderson, a research effort may serve any of the 7 different purposes. Efforts with a descriptive intent may focus on the historical as well as current events and phenomena. For instance, such an effort may attempt to describe how several variables are interconnected or how a particular outsourcing process has been handled. Effort with an explorative aim investigate relation and the phenomena about which there is no extant knowledge, as such they identify the problem. Typically, investigation with this type of the aim result in the formulation of a series of the hypotheses and or proposition that must later be tested in a different type of the study so as to ensure the applicability of these results in the broader context. Study with an exploratory objective seek to elucidate the background for certain observed phenomena. For example, a company may decide to outsource its finished goods outsourcing to cut cost or to improve its service. In other words, research effort of this type seek to generalize. If a research effort is described as seeking to create understanding, then it looks to get behind certain phenomena so as to turn up new ways of viewing these phenomena. That is, such effort aim to attain a new and more detailed understanding of the pre-existing concept, or research desired the understanding by developing completely new concept. Projects with a diagnostic purpose take as their point of departure a series of the predefined symptoms, the impetus for which they then seek to delimit the periodize. When subscribing a normative intent, research effort pinpoint a range of the concrete solution to an identified problem. If the purpose of the study is to intervene, it assumes that the researcher participates actively in problem-solving process so as to be able to report on this process. Action research, as described by the Gomson, is an example of research striving to fulfill such a purpose. Research design. Research design is a designation of whether or not a particular dissertation include empirical work. If not, it is characterized as either purely theoretical or desk research. In our review framework, we divided the contribution with an empirical band into 3 subcategories. Empirical work based on the quantity method, empirical work based on the qualitative method, and empirical ways in which the quantitative and qualitative methods are applied to the same object of the study, also referred as a method of the triangulation. Time frame. Only the dissertation with an empirical research design have been considered here, and they are divided into 3 time frame designation: snapshot, longitudinal, and not accessible. By snapshot, we mean that the empirical data on one or more phenomena are collected in one round. As such, this type of the empirical work capture a single moment in time, like a snapshot. Longitudinal study have the opposite nature, as they entitle that the researcher return to the object phenomena again and again, so to be able to derive an impression of particular development trend. Dissertation that make no specific reference to the time frame are marked not applicable. Type of the theory generated. The theoretical sphere is home to a wealth of the different type of the theory. Countless debates have been raised concerning what qualifies statement theory. Needless to say, several different research traditions may operate concurrently on the transactional level, but the same holds true in the interdisciplinary realm. Yes, even for the subassembly. Furthermore, discrepancy may also arise a result of the different paradigm to which researchers subscribe, a problem outlined by the Airborne and the Holdorsen. In order to clarify how research in logistics is best characterized, we will draw on the discussion about the different nature of the problems investigated by the Jensen and the way in which the Urban applies this discussion to the logistic literature. Jensen classified theory into three groups based on the type of the problem they confront. Moreover, he distinguishes between the practical and the theoretical problem. Practical problem arise when it is possible to imagine a situation that is better than the one at hand. That is, when there is the description or an idea as they ready to solve the problem. Typically, practical problems have a normative dimension. The solution to such a problem has two steps. Outline possible methods to achieve a new situation. Implement these methods. It goes without saying that a practical problem cannot be considered solved until the something is done or changed. A theoretical problem, on the other hand, is based on a pre-existing theory. The theory forms the basis for the researcher's expectation and enables him or her to make prediction and define what is normal. A theoretical problem arises when there is evidence that something is wrong with an existing theory. The evidence can take the form of the observation, results of the experiment, or the conceptual indicators. At times, the distinction between the practical and the theoretical problem seems easy to draw. At many times, this task can be very difficult, taking this contrast between the practical and theoretical problems as his point of the departure. Jensen described three types of the theory: T1 theory, T2 theory, and the T3 theory. A brief introduction of these three types of the theory are as follows. T1 theory, according to Jensen, a great deal of the science and the research aims to provide solution to the practical problem by establishing standardized or the routine procedure. A T1 theory is said to be scientific if it is possible to produce evidence for its the effectiveness in solving a practical problem or in deciding the best solution given a number of the alternative proposals. Such a theory consists of a collection of the principle, procedure, concept, and notation and symbol, etc. The type of the knowledgeable produced by the T1 theory is often attained through a trial and the error process and is experimental in nature. T2 theory. Type 2 theories provide answers to the theoretical problems in the sense that they explain what needs explaining. In short, their main function is to explain. These explanations are often based on the deduction grounded in general principle or inferences derived from the analogy. The main purpose of T2 theory is to provide possible reasons for why given phenomena occur. T2 theory, theory generated by the applying T2 theory, practical problems are known as T2 theory. In fact, theory in the management and business sciences are very of T3. Such theory propose some general psychological, sociological, and economic theory, plus minus a T2 plus minus, and then based on the background, attempt to ascertain how the practical problems are best solved. Containing elements of the philosophy of the science, this review issue a measure of the whether or not the individual theory authored by the dissertation addresses problem related to the philosophy of the science along with the problems with their own and the investigated actors objectively and subjectively by adopting a scientific paradigm and addressing the concern such an anatomy and epistology. As a final note on this review process, it should be also be noted that the review of the any one dissertation was not considered definitive until it has been discussed in the context of a meeting attended by the entire committee of the authors. We felt that this would ensure that the dissertation appraisal were as objective as possible. Results. This section contains the result of the data process. First, the result attained by process of the review, the investigation of the 9 key characteristics described earlier, to which the 71 dissertations were subjected and presented. These results were presented in tables, each accompanied by a series of the exploratory elements Finally, the result of analysis of the titles of the original population of the 75 dietitians will be put forward. Number of the and type of the dietitian finalized in the period 90 to 2001. Table 2 contains a chronological schematic accounting for the sum total of identified and reviewed dietitians from the indicated time frame. The figures in the table bear witness an increase in the number of the complemented dietitians in the logistic field, which began in the mid-90s and has continued since. It is unclear whether the source of the growth is to be found in increased resource allocation in this particular area of research, or if the trend can be ascribed to the general rise in the number of the PhD scholarship awarded. However, the growing number of the participants at the past of the 5 Nordic conference indicating that the number of ongoing PhD projects in the field of the logistics might be deemed responsible for the recent increase in the number of the doctoral dissertations completed in this field. NORDLOG is a forum of the Scandinavian PhD student, a doctoral symposium held on the day before each year's NOFMA conference. Of all the Nordic countries, Sweden has produced the greatest number of the dietitians within the time period analyzed in this paper. This may be due to the fact that the Sweden is considered the first Nordic country to have taken the study of the logistics, beginning with the concept such as materials administration, time study analysis, and distribution planning. But the fact that the Sweden is the Nordic country with the most industry may also contribute to their position as the producer of the greatest number of the dietitians. In table 2, the dietitians are also divided according to the format. That is, whether they are published in book report from as the collection of the articles. The table clearly demonstrates that the majority of the dietitians examined have been published in the book report, whereas more. These are the from the 1990 to the 91 to 93, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001. All identified dietitians are Danish 15, Finnish 20, Norwegian 12, Swedish 28, total 75. Reviewed dietitian, Danish reviewed book report 14, collection of the articles 1, total Danish 15, Finnish reviewed book report 12, 14, collection of the article 3, total Finnish 17, Norwegian reviewed book report 9, collection of the articles 2, total Norwegian 11, Swedish reviewed book report 19, collection of the article 9, total Swedish 28, and reviewed in total book report collection of the article 71. Then half of those dietitians published as a collection of the articles come from Sweden. It seems that the formatting decision can be localized even further. Students at the Chalmers Technical University produced even out of the 9 Swedish collection of the article, whereas the last 2 were from the Lund University. Primary entity of the analysis in table 3, the dietitians addressed by this survey are classified according to their primary entity of the analysis. Some dietitians consider several entities of the analysis. We have classified these according to their primary entity of the analysis. Clearly, the manufacturer and the carrier entity are of the 2 areas of in this way. This is quite surprising. One would think that we could have turned up more dietitians focusing especially on the consumer end of the business relation. After all, this area of logistics is not only the most competitive in a number of the different industries, but it is also home to significant innovative moves and most often the source of the technological breakthrough. Level of analysis arranged according to the year of the publication. Table 4 classifies the dietitian with respect to the operative level of the analysis as well as year of the publication. Examination of the data reveals that the frequency with which the dietitian operate on the analytical level of the function within a firm and a single firm in itself measured together is quite high. Not until the second half of the 90s do DATSN operating with an inter-organizational approach, applying static, chain, or network level of the analysis. Moreover, Norwegian and Swedish DATSN seem to exhibit a marginal greater tendency toward inter-organizational oriented analysis than those of the Nordic neighbor. On the one hand, it is remarkable that no more DATSN have an inter-organizational level of the analysis, despite the increasing attention towards such that they started at the beginning of the 1980s. On the other hand, the evolutionary process of the science takes time to the advance. In retrospect, this seems obvious. In the future, we expect to see an even greater number of the DATSN utilizing inter-organizational level of the analysis. Danish manufacturer 9, carrier 5, wholesaler, and total 15. Finnish manufacturer 11, carrier 3, and the total 17. Norwegian 6, 3, and the total 11. Swedish 10, 10, and 28, total 71.